Joining me again for another night of Facebook Live. I also want to recognize those that catch me on the replay from YouTube and or SoundCloud. I am your host, Tricia Bray Smith, author, educator, and public speaker. It is indeed a blessing to be here with you tonight. As tonight we're going to talk about being different. Tonight we're talking about being different. So, as you guys are logging on with me tonight, please go ahead and like and share this video. Go ahead and like and share this video. I will not hold you long. Sure, come on. I will not hold you long. I'm just going to be here a few minutes as we discuss why it's okay to be different, guys. This is my co-host tonight, Mr. Quintel Jackson. And I hear the young lady coming in. Come this way. Come this way. I put him to bed an hour ago, but I guess you can see that they were just waiting for me to go live before they come in the room. So here they are, guys. So y'all say hello.
Hello.
All right. So what time is it?
Huh?
It's bedtime?
Bedtime.
All right. All right. Tell them bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Go get in the bed.
Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.
Go ahead.
Bye-bye.
Go in the bed.
Bye-bye.
All right. So we're talking about being different is okay, guys. Different is the new normal nowadays. We see people like never before really stepping into their territory, really tapping into their creativity, and that is what it's all about. It's all about being who we are and being comfortable in who we are. And it's not going to look like everybody else. It's not going to, we're not going to sound like everybody else. We're not going to do what everybody else does. And that is what makes us different. And we have to realize that, that's okay. It's okay. I was sitting here and I was watching one of the cartoons with the kids earlier today. They had the cartoons on. And one of the little characters was saying, all their friends look different than what they did. And they all had different things that they liked and different foods that they liked. And they didn't have a whole lot in common. So he come across some more characters that looked just like him and enjoyed everything just like he did. And he got excited because now there is somebody that looks just like me, and then they enjoy a lot of the same foods and a lot of the same things that I enjoy. And so he didn't want to be with the friends that were different anymore. He wanted to be with those that were just like him, only to find out that because they were just alike, they did the same things over and over and over again. So there was no variety within those friendships and those relationships. So that he got bored with it really quick and was wanting to go back to the friends that were different. And guys, this is the way we are in our lives. Hey Diane, how are you tonight, baby? This is the way we are in our lives and in our businesses and in our relationships. We realize that there's something about us that are different from others. And sometimes we can be so focused on the little things, the little dynamics that are different. Hey Tammy, how are you, babe? We can be so focused and so tuned in on the little things that are different, like the things we don't possess, or the things we wish we had, the characteristics we wish we had, that we can sometimes fail to neglect to appreciate who we are. And we get so immersed in someone else, what they have that's different than us, that we tend to take that for granted. And so we begin to desire these things that other people have, or desire that personality or desire their creativity in what they do. But guys, we will find that if we can just tap in to who we are and what we possess and our own creativity and begin to nurture that and develop that, then we will realize that being different is okay. Being different is okay. We are who we are for a reason. We possess what we possess inside us for a reason. Our Creator made us this way. We have been equipped with everything we need for our life and our purpose for right now in this moment. And sure, it may look different than someone else's, but it's ours. It's ours. It's unique. And it's divinely connected to what our purpose is. So I was sitting here and I was thinking at all the lives and all the different platforms that I've watched throughout the day. And the ones I look and I even share some of them on my timeline so you guys can view them when I come across it. And when I look at it, we all look different. We all sound different. Our messages are slightly different. The way we deliver the messages are different. But yet, if either one of us ever tried to imitate the others, we would fail. I can't be like the people that are doing the lives on their platforms. I don't have their life experiences. I don't have their talents. I don't have their creativity. But what I do here, it's different and it's mine. And anyone who tries to imitate that, they're going to fail at it. Because no one can succeed at being me but me. And so when we understand that we are okay just the way we are, in all our character flaws, in all our success, in all our failures, in all our experiences, whatever it is that we bring to the table, it is okay. For me to go and try to be like Oprah or some of the late night show co-hosts that are doing lives, or to be like some of the other people that you see doing lives, for me to try to do what they do and how they do it, I would sit here night after night and I would fail. Why? It's because I'm not them. So we have to embrace, guys, and I know this word has to, hey, yes, Diane, yes. We have to be okay with being who we are, being different. And oftentimes, guys, we're desiring a image or a status or a platform of somebody else. But do you know that we may not even be equipped, or we may not be prepared, or we may not be in a place that we can go through what the other person has went through to get to where they are? And 9 times out of 10, we don't know how they got to where they are. We don't know the step and the road that they took or the path they took to get to where they are. But what we can do, when recognizing that we are different and when understanding that it's okay to appreciate who we are and still celebrate somebody else, what we can do is just support and wrap our hands and wrap our arms around one another. That's where it's at. We can learn from one another. Not imitate one another, but we can learn from one another. We can share with one another. This is how we make the differences work. So I wanted to say that to say this because we're getting ready to go into another season of change. We're getting ready to go. Yeah, that's right, Diane. Nothing like being ourselves, is it, baby? When we're ourselves, we don't even have to second guess it. I love me. I can't always say that, but tonight, as I sit here, I can honestly say that I love me, and I know that I'm different. But to discount myself because I'm different, or because I don't look like everybody else, or because I don't act like everybody else, I don't have that personality like everybody else, or don't do it like everybody else, I'm cheating myself. I'm cheating myself when I do that. Oftentimes we find ourselves looking up to people that, when we're really honest and have a conversation, they're looking up to us. So we're looking up to the people that are looking up to us. And it's okay to admire people, but don't admire someone to the point to where you can't appreciate who you are. And this is where sometimes we get sidetracked. You ever seen the woman in church that like to shout, and she dance a certain way, and before you turn around and everybody wants to shout and dance like the woman because they admire her so much, rather than just doing their own shout and dance of their own. And so everyone in the church begins to look alike, and you can pretty much tell when they're getting ready to shout and do their dance. Maybe a poor excuse, but it's the only one I can think of at the time. But yeah, guys, I mean, it's okay to look up to people and be willing to learn from them and appreciate some of their great qualities, but uh, never at the cost of discounting ourselves. So appreciate where we're different. And for the kids that are getting ready to go back to school, going back to school, and thinking about what that looks like for 2020, and for us that are getting back to a uh, normalcy about life, um, different is okay. So even as we're preparing for school, if school looks different for us now, who's to say this is not God's will for such a season as this? For us to look at something different, for us to explore alternative options. Who's to say? Because in reality, guys, none of us really know. When we can't see a thing and we depend on our sight and other senses to guide us through this life, and when we're dealing such thing as COVID and different things like that, it just takes on a whole new perspective. And so when we're making decisions to return to college, and when we're making decisions to return to public school and whatever that looks like, and return to our jobs, and return to our religious organizations and things like that, different is okay. Different is okay. We don't have to go back to the way things were, but we do have to be open to explore options for the way things are headed. We can't be so closed-minded, or we can't be so stuck in the same old, same old, same old, that we miss out on blessings down the road. So when I say different is okay, that is in all aspects of our lives, guys. So let's not neglect that. I don't want to sit here in front of you any night of the week and be someone I'm not, trying to put on a personality or trying to portray an image of someone that I am totally not. Right? So I don't want you to look up and admire someone because they possess qualities or characteristics that you wish you had. Because you're different, you discredit yourself. We don't do things like that. So let's love who we are. Let's embrace that even though we're different, we are still worthy. We are still valuable. We are uh, exactly who we are destined to be. Who we are purposed to be. Our Creator, He didn't make a mistake. So if we're a certain height, there was no mistake. If we're a certain color, there's no mistake. If we're a certain age, there's no mistake. If we have certain gray hair, certain number of gray hairs, there's no mistake. I was looking and got a patch of gray hair sitting right here at the top of my head. And there's no mistake. It a little different, looks different, but it's okay. I'm going to accept that. I'm going to accept that I am who I am, purposed to be for this time and this season in my life. And whatever that path takes me, wherever it guides me, wherever it leads me, I want to be okay with doing and being just who I am. So I hope that you guys can feel the same tonight. And I know that so many of you have been going through medical issues and different things like that that we're dealing with, different ailments. And guys, for some of it, I know that it is altering our lives. It's altering us physically, and not only that, it's taking a toll on us emotionally. But I want you guys to be encouraged tonight that even when things on our bodies or things that impact us emotionally, even when it does not no longer look the same, even when it no longer feels the same, even when we know that uh, things had to change for the better of us, let's be okay with it all. Let's be okay with it all. And sometimes I know that that's easier said than not, but it's okay. Different is okay. Let's embrace that. Let's begin to celebrate being different. Let's begin to um, empower one another and lift one another up in our differences. Let's not envy. Let's not jealous. Let's not be bitter. Let's not be angry. Let's not always question why. Sometimes we need to sit in our differences and really tune in to find out why different in this season. Why is it necessary? Why were you the one chosen? And when we can really sit and uh, think on that, I think we will find that we already possess the answers. We already hold the answers. We just have to chime in, tune in, and be sensitive to our Creator's voice. Because we know that through it all, He still leads us, He still guides us, and He is still concerned about us. And we trust Him, we say we trust Him, and that we love Him. Can He trust us? Can He trust us in appreciating who He created us to be? Can He trust us for the assignment that He has given us for this season of 2020? And at the end of the day, when you can look at yourself and truly say that you're okay being different, that you're truly okay with being who you are, and celebrate you like never before, then that's when we know that we're making the progress we need for such a time and a place such as July 2020 has brought us. I appreciate you guys for joining me tonight. I hope that something has been said to encourage you. I hope something has been said to also empower you for such a time, as so many of us are going through so much physically and emotionally. So I hope that you guys have enough for today to just hang on for today and eat the manna that is prepared for us for right now, as tomorrow is going to take care of itself. He didn't bring us this far to leave us. He didn't bring us this far to uh, leave us high and dry. He has us on his mind. And it's in our differences that we find the answer, and that we find that contentment in what we need for right now. So I do appreciate you joining me. I am your host, Tricia Bray Smith, author, educator, and public speaker. I'll see you right back here again tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Good night, everybody.